Desirous of learning the practice of law from professionals who took their jobs seriously. There was to be a brief but memorable moment just before the interview was brought to a close. BRF looked quizzically at my CV for the obtained time and quipped, You don't appear to have stayed long in the places where you have worked before this job. Why? If we employed you, how long would you be staying? I will stay not less than 6 months. I warranted and went further to explain how I had viewed my employment as the opportunity to serve the privilege that had been scrapped before I qualified as a lawyer. I explained how I was of the opinion that a lawyer is unready for the rigors and challenges of law practice until he had learned the rudiments of actual law practice from senior colleagues, as was the case in the past, and how my ultimate ambition was to run my own law practice. I was hired on a salary of 12,000 naira monthly. That is the end of chapter 5. So we have chapter 6, which in itself is, let's see, is about 9 pages. Do you really think we should still continue or just keep the juicy, because it's like gradually as DF is dropping names, right? We are getting closer and closer to what riled the system. All these names, all these happenings, all these events and all of them, he didn't just put them in this book for nothing. They were to lead to something that became this bigger to what we are dealing with today. So don't you think we should take a break? Take calls. Let me tell you some of the headings. So it's got chapter 6, the practice. Chapter 7, the beginning of the end. Chapter 8, the purchased judgment. So you see, the chapter 6, 7, and 8, I think that is the whole crux of the whole matter. What do you think? Some people said that we should take a break and take calls and then leave the suspense to another time. What do you think? You see, I think so I think we should take a break. Okay, we have started. We can finish this on 2 readings, right? We can finish it in 2 readings, today and tomorrow. So which means when you have this first part, it has given you the background of the journey of Dele Farotimi until he became that lawyer, the lawyer that has upset the other lawyers, including the judiciary that is now persecuting him. There is more from that, not just the book. There is more to actually give credence to what Dele Farotimi said in this book. I have other clips in this collection on my screen here, but I'm going to use them later this evening. So let's take a break. No, don't let us do a poll. See, I can sit here and read everything. You get that now, but let's break it into 2. The first part, then it's absolute, let's see, how many chapters a day in all? I'll tell you. The total chapters, see, if we have already done 5 chapters, you know, everything is 9 chapters. Yes, 9. And we have done pages. Then we have read about 45 pages already in one sitting. And the total pages are 90, 97, 96. Yeah, 96 pages. You get that now? So we have done 45. That's like half. Let's take a break and react to this, okay? Let's take calls. I will be back in a minute or 2. We will conclude this tomorrow. We'll finish the reading tomorrow, okay? So please like the broadcast and share it. And then, subscribe to the channel as well so that you won't miss it tomorrow. If you haven't gotten your own copy, try and get one. The reason is that it is beautiful to read together. And to those of you who are just buying the book and you're likely not going to read, except somebody inspires you to do so, right? So maybe this will make you want to read it, or you can read with us from where we are stopping now. So we'll continue from chapter 6 tomorrow. Let me take a break, stretch my leg and all that. Take a call for like another 40 minutes and then call it a day. Okay? You did speak it on. Thank you so much, brethren. Right now, the line is opened for everyone who wants to probably had their own reactions to this so far. So the starting point was that the Ekiti Federal High Court has granted Dele Farotimi bail. And the bail was put at 50 million naira, and the like sum for the surety as well. Is a surety is expected to be a resident in Ekiti. The surety will pay 50 million as well. I think the normal bail bond is 10%, isn't it? Is that not what they do in Nigeria too? If the court says your bail is 50 million, you pay 10%, which is 5 million naira. You deposit 5 million naira with the courts, right? But they wanted the surety to also, that surety must be somebody who is from Ekiti, who lives in Ekiti. He must have 3 years tax clearance. The surety must have a property, built property in Ekiti, not just landed property, house, to be precise. He must have a house in Ekiti. The surety must also deposit the deed of that property. They must deposit that with the registrar in Ekiti. The surety must submit 4 recent passport photographs, as well as 4 recent full pictures, full photograph of themselves, right, to the court. The surety, well, the last one is that, Dele Farotimi must submit his international passport. This is defamation, for goodness sake. This is not a criminal case, but this police IG is currently, as we can see why, or we'll soon probably know better why the entire establishment is involved in all of this. I think I have my first caller. Hello there.
Hello, good afternoon, Maegun.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you, Baba?
It's not bad. It's TJ from Plumstead.
Oh,
Long
TJ,
time.
how are you doing today, sir?
Not bad. Just a quick one.
Yes, sir.
Maegun,
Sir.
defamation is not a criminal offense in Ekiti.
Yes.
Chidi Kalu mentioned it yesterday. So all these things they are doing, they knew what they were doing.
I know.
So if you look at it very well,
yes, sir.
They picked the guy up from Lagos, took him all the way to Ekiti. They arranged a judge waiting for them to arrive. Not the following day or the morning, the same day, I guess.
Yes.
The same day. Now, Michael, is it possible for anybody to arrange anybody for court same day with not even 24 hours? Is it possible? Well, but everything was pre-planned.
It was pre-planned. Thank God. To even make it, let me even bust your bubble again as well. They said that there is a court bench warrant for his arrest, and they have not produced that court warrant till now.
Up to now, yes.
You get that? They were supposed to present and say, okay, Dele Farotimi was supposed to attend the court. He didn't attend, so a court bench warrant was issued. No copy of that bench warrant. If you have to present it, you have to present the name of the judge who issued it. So everything is like scripted that way. You're right.
Typical Nigerian thing. Nothing works in that country. My good to round it up.
Yes,
is what I want to say. I'm not sure if I can say it on your program.
You should please go ahead. Yeah.
How much is it to hire sniper in Germany or Norway? Let us call politicians. Each sniper can hire one. If you don't get rid of all these people, we can't do anything. The army are not ready to get involved to change Nigeria because they are benefiting from it. Yeah. The police will not do anything. So and if you look at it again, everything against 27, we have not even finished 2 years of this president. You are talking about 2027. So they are just using 27 as distraction. And I'm telling you, there's nothing. They are using this Dele
every person who is outspoken against these guys, they will be eliminated or exiled before 2027.
That is it. Before 2027, yes.
Is that they will force you to run away from Nigeria, or they will get you in jail, or they will kill you. Something. They are out for blood.
That is it. And if you look at it, Sowore is fed up. And he has left. Kanu is going to be there till God knows when. There were rumors that he's going to be released before Christmas. It is all just to cool people down. My God, these people, they know who they're going to pick up next.
They do.
They know who they... And Farotimi said something. Everything has been pre-planned. I don't know how he knew everything. So how can you before you give out a warrant, you must have proof that person has been summoned.
And it didn't come. Yeah. But there's no proof of any of that.
Yeah, but we all know that if government says something in Nigeria, they said it and that is it. Nothing is going to happen.
Well,
so thank you for reading everything. You've really carried us along. Even the lazy ones, you've carried everybody along. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, my
friend. As well. But you have a good one. Okay, we are watching. And like you said, even the people that are finding it difficult to actually sit down and open the book, even after buying it, they have no excuse anymore. They have
to go and walk. They have to eat.
And
people will go to work
anymore, Baba.
Yes. So much, TJ. Before I go, there's much similarity between you and Farotimi. I'm very positive what I'm saying. It's like a compliment to Maegun. You are so honest. You have been watching for like 5 years now. Nothing has changed about you. And if you look at Dele Farotimi, they've offered him money. He didn't take it. Yeah. I can bet they've offered you many things you refused.
I mean, if I have to write my own book too. You see that time when he was growing up with his, his maternal grandmother, and in a family it's like a small court. That's how I grew up as well.
You see?
So much in
so the
similarity
difference
that
between you
it
is that
became
because he studied law.
personal for me too.
Yeah, because he studied law. You didn't study law.
I didn't.
But you know,
That's the difference.
you have that passion to fight for what you believe. And that's the way Nigerians should be. Fight for what you believe. Say what you believe. But the moment we keep keeping ourselves quiet, the more problem we're going to have in that country.
That's right.
So thank you very much.
You, yeah, we will keep saying it, even if it makes them uncomfortable. That's it.
That's it.
God bless you, Baba. You stay stable, okay? Thank you so much. You see, we have a lot in common. When Dele Farotimi said he was going to go and study political science or so, and then he decided to just go and study law because he's a born lawyer, we have something similar in that regard, you know? So a lot of us, we need to, hang on, I think I have another caller first. Here. Hello there.
Hello, my ego. How are you?
I am very well. Is that Kenneth, right?
Yes, sir. It's me.
It's Kenneth. How are you today? How are you doing?
I'm fine. Are you?
Well, I'm here, still doing the same thing, trying to keep all of us informed as much as possible, even as many are becoming disinterested. You know?
Yeah, I had to sit down and listen to that reading. Everything you read on that Dele Farotimi's book. I said to myself, well, if I know I'm not going to have enough time to sit down and read that book, but if you're going to read it, fine. I think I should put. I can listen. I hear my listening, and when you started. As you started, you continue, you went on and on and on. I like, wait a minute, hold on. Is my good and a lecturer in the university reading something that I'm taking a pen and a paper, I'm jotting down just in case my next test or my next examination or review is coming up or what? Because the way you were reading it, it was like as if you were in the scene of the whole thing where it was happening in real time.
Really? And thanks so much for the compliment, because I actually hate my own voice. Most of the time when I listen to it, I'm like, just fast forward it. And sometimes when I get to listen as well, I'm like, this is a little bit more convincing. But yeah, fair enough that I've got a lot of you who probably enjoyed me reading. Sometimes I did.
Yes, I did. I did. In fact, if you look at the way when you were reading it, and then when each time you analyze each of all this political crap going on in Nigeria, you see that students of history, students of government, in secondary school, like history, government, and whatever, that eventually you move towards into political analysts, like political science, political analysts. The people like this all these so-called jokers call themselves politicians who find themselves in this strategic position in Nigeria.
Yep.
They hate people like you, Mayego. They hate you so much because why? Because you are not only interpreting what exactly should be the system of government, but you are actually pointing out how horrific and terrible they are, where they think they are. People like when you talk about, you call this guy Apapiole, Werewike, all those, you point out all their blunders, all the things they do, how they made themselves a demigod. Why? Because when you look at all those things you point out Maego, and then circle back to Dele Farotimi's situation, and what he has, the persecution and the things he's dealing with, even what his book is even portraying, tells you how he himself, as a lawyer, as an individual, has to deal with the reality of the corrupt system of that
really changed him. You see that part? Did you hear that part where he said going to the prison to help people that are, wrongly incarcerated? Then he got to see some of the enemies of Nigeria who were living large in prison. Indeed, they might have been in prison for their crime, but they are never punished for all of their criminality per se, because they are still living large. And we still have that today.
Exactly.
He said something about the rich. He said something about the rich getting justice, right? While the poor, right, are the ones who are like, being punished by the law. So it is the reality that will actually change you if you're anyone who want to fight for justice. Fighting justice in any way, it will change you.
And my recently,